Hi Aries, this is Christelle Martinette, and this is another monthly reading for the month of November. And I have a setup here that you could see. I have some crystals, gems here, and I have 4 different tarot decks, which I'll explain to you, and so you can concentrate on and pick 2. Then I have here over to my left the Oracle decks, my wonderful Vera Sibila deck that I have a course for. You can go visit my site, www.christellemartinette.com. And then I have my runes here that I'll be closing the reading with, a casting. Now, I have here the first deck, which is the Silver Witchcraft deck. I'll show you a few cards of those. They're all just lovely decks. They're just lovely. This is the Silver Witchcraft. Then I have the Impressionist Tarot. The Impressionist Tarot is a deck that has the artwork of famous Impressionist painters for each major and minor arcana. One of the most interesting decks that I have, really. Then I have so that's the Impressionist. We had the Silver Witchcraft, and now we have a deck called the Pictorial Key. Now, the Pictorial Key is tarot is a deck that Arthur Waite fashioned, and with the idea that the keener, the more emphatic, descriptive, pronounced design and coloring in the tarot would aid the reader in her or his intuitive abilities. And that's what, so the key is pictorial, you know, the pictures tell the story in that deck. And now I have the last is the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. I've used that in my YouTube readings before. The others I've used for private readings only. So let me show you those. Let me shut off a couple of my things here, because or else there'll be too much sound. I'm hearing bells all over the place. Hang on just a second. Let me get rid of the sound so then I continue. In the meantime, do start to concentrate on which tarot decks you would like. We have the Silver Witchcraft, the Impressionist, the Pictorial Key, and the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn. I definitely have the Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn has come up as a choice then. And the Impressionist Tarot. All right, I'm going to first start with the spread to my right on using this Initiatory Tarot of the Golden Dawn for Aries for the month of November. For Aries, the month of November. I'll show you these cards. First card out, Justice. Okay, now, first card out is the card of Justice. Then we have the Moon card. Then the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Wands. That's 2 9s. 18, a third 9, you know, 1 plus 8 is 9. And the Knight of Pentacles here. And the last card is our Queen of Swords. I'll mix these Impressionist Tarot. One more. November for Aries. Okay, very interesting. Interesting cards here. We have all right, now first card out is the Four of Wands, then the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, King of Cups. A lot of people in this spread, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Now, I have here, to sum up, I've got three knights, the Knight of Pentacles here, the Knight of Wands, and two Knight of Pentacles. And, you know, and I can't not point that out, this Knight of Pentacles. Two Knights of Pentacles in the same reflected version, same mirroring each other as a reflection. So, you know, it's quite interesting for me to see, because where we have the older king, this who has his rightly placed here at the top of the left side of this this Impressionist deck, and it has a position. There are two kings, the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Here, there are two Knights of Pentacles and an extra Knight of Wands. Now, so let's say that this Aries spread is populated, right? There are a lot of people that surround you. I'm taking the King of Cups as a person in your life who has a certain meaning and is a person who's older, a person who has a position for you in your heart, and a person who will never leave that position of the heart. And this Knight of Pentacles, I'm taking this as, since it's prominent, you know, and it is the underlying, this is, I'm not necessarily seeing these as water signs here, or, you know, although this King of Cups for me is a water sign that's in your life, a water sign, an older water sign, all right? So take that as given. I'm going to use the Sibilla over this. And then I have these two Pentacles, these Knight of Pentacles, which for me is energy behind the person, that they're not necessarily an earth sign, although they can be someone who they're literally moving toward each other. And what's interesting is that they're moving toward a center where we have on the one hand the Queen of Spades and Swords, and the other is the Four of Wands. Now, this is a person, for me, there's a new person coming into your life. For those of you, a person who's going to bring stability, a person who may be of another sign. Okay, we can say it could be of another sign, but in this moment of time, they are acting as an earth energy. They're bringing stability to you with this Four of Wands, where in the past, now this is a past, this is a person who has probably left something behind. This is why I'm saying that it could be, but see, since there are two of them, I'm going to ask counsel from the Sibilla cards. You know, it seems that these two have two different positions, as if in the past they were there, they weren't able to cut the mustard, they did want to in some way bring you some form of stability, you weren't having it, you let it go, but now to bring you stability, they're returning. And it is bona fide stability this time. And it is, for me, the same person. Not necessarily an earth sign, but it is a person who's coming you as, in the Lenormand cards, we would call the bear, you know, a person who is coming to give you your stability, right? Now, of course, we have this Knight of Wands who's leaving, actually leaving the spread. This Knight of Wands is mirroring the King of Cups. For me, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands here mirroring the King of Cups is telling me that once this King of Cups was a younger person, this person was in your life in the past. And lo and behold, if they have returned, they will be physically leaving the spread. November, they will be physically knowing that their position is not with you. The king reigns, however. He or she will be a person in your life to stay in your mind because it's an important person. Now, what else do we have here, though? We've got the card of justice, and the card of justice is also mirroring the King of Cups. Now, I believe this to be a karmic return, and not without its difficulty, but also not without its luxury, gifts, abundance in emotions toward you. And what I am interested in seeing here is the center trajectory. What do we have? We've got on the one hand, we have this high priestess. And on the other hand, on the other side, we have the moon. They both hide things. Let's take a look at that first off. Let's take a look at that. And of course, we have this Nine of Wands, surely the Nine of Wands with this King of Wands. You know, it's interesting to see the King of Wands because the King of Wands is a person right over these knights, you see. And it may be the same person who was not able to be a king, has not made it to becoming a king. And they, and it could be a man or a woman, they are in this limbo of the spread where on the one hand they know that the woman or the gentleman left them, they're not with them. And on the other hand, they're still desirous of bringing in some form of stability. Let me take the Vera Sibilla first on this queen, the high priestess. Yes, what is it hiding? Well, first let me take them both, and then I'll talk about them, because I do believe they're telling us the same story. Yes, they are, actually. All right, look. Over the high priestess, we have this butterfly, legit, a lightness of being. We have the death card, and we have the what we called falsità, lies, but it's more, instead of just lies, I'm reading this as something that is no longer. There is no physical contact with a person, and that, I'm talking here about this Knight of Pentacles person, could be male or female. There is no physical contact there. But what do we see over to the moon? We've got the widower, vedovo disgrazia, this disaster, and the female enemy. And mirroring each other, they're telling me that the female, most likely could be a male, in this story is definitely not with the male or the other male. You know, it depends on like gender relationships, but they are not together. And this person is interacting with a person from the past, and it's driving them crazy. So what they have done is depict the person as an enemy, male or female. Now, so we have the story that there is no contact between the person, which is represented by these two Knights of Pentacles, who really is desirous of bringing in stability to you. And but you're not having it now. You have a lot of other things happening. You're working with your livelihood. You know, there's a lot of abundance. You're getting a lot of work. A lot of work. I see it actually a lot of work. You're bringing in the money. I also see you as on the go. You know, you are full of the passion that you have, and you're on the go. You will not fall prey to the traps of the past with another person. It didn't work in the past. Why should I hang out now? You know, and I have this lovely figure represented by this King of Cups who's there to stay. That's a person in your life who is going to give you emotional stability. And don't spit on that. Emotional stability is, I would like to say, where it's at. But even if you don't see them, if you're not, and it seems like the spread is telling me that that's not the case, you will not. They will be present day in and day out, and they have entered, they have earned their position in your heart. This King of Cups could be a queen as well. Now I'm going to take the well, before I take the runes and cast those, I'd like to get 3 cards on this Nine of Wands to see what that says. Ah, this jumped out. The Love card, and I'll take that. This is the Bird. All right, the Love card, Amore, Allegrezza al cuore, happiness in the heart, and the Giovane Fanciulla. These are what the Knight of Pentacles is hoping for, but that is not on their plate now. Love, happiness, and a new beginning. Okay, and they are overburdened by the idea that there is nothing in their plate now. The last 3 cards here, I want to take it on this Queen of Swords. And what do I get? I get Allegria, happiness, malinconia, and deliranti. So it's happiness, sadness. These cancel each other out. And then there's this delirious people. You know, she has had it. Could be a male, could be a female. She has had it with that person represented by the Knight. That's enough. It is, for all intents and purposes, in the past, caused much difficulty. They may be playing on her mind, on his mind still, but the memory, malinconia, has brought in deliranti, delirious. It's anxiety linked to that person. So if that person's listening to me, for the poor Aries, get your ducks in a row and try to woo her. Okay. Now let me take the runes to cast and see what comes up here. All right. Way up the top here we have 30 sats as on its nose, linked, leaning on my candle there. Let's take a look. Those people out there in internet land who are really, we have Wunjo Merkstave right between these 2 cards that represent that person, the Knight of Pentacles, really in a sad place. All right, here she is in a sad place. But what's odd is this person, male or female, represented by this Knight of Pentacles, is a person who wants to win back the heart of the Aries, but in a way that smacks of their own specific courting method. Okay, they want to do it on their own. They want to show that they are a different person. They're a person who commands respect, a person who loves the Aries. All right, now what do I have here? I have right in the middle, over this stability by the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, I've got this tear. Tear is pointing out right to which smacks of success. Okay, those of you who are after the Aries, let me tell you, without the Aries knowing it, that you will ultimately make it. Okay, so just keep on trucking. It's pointing right to Kinats, bright stave, Manats on its own, on its side, and we have Urus, which is bright stave. And that's a different conversation. What it's telling me here is that there is a union. The union will come together, as I whispered to the other person there. You know it, she knows it, and you both know it. But it's so odd because she knows, he knows it, they know it. You both know it. But the odd thing is that you both know it, but you're still enacting this dance of, roles with, you take a mask off, you put the mask on, you take the other mask on, you put the other. You're dancing around each other because you know the timing is not right yet, it seems. But come together you will, and together you will be a force to reckon with, because you both have the energy, the spiritual energy that can move mountains in terms, not with each other. You have together a strength, and you have a mission to accomplish together that you will understand once you come together and discuss it. And you're always going to use that as something that will draw your attention elsewhere so you don't ruin the relationship, you don't kill each other. Right? There's also something here. There's need right here, the rune of need right next to that little conversation. And it tells me that it is destined, this coming together for a spiritual mission. You have something to accomplish. Right at the top, I have bright stave next to, on the other side, there's 30 sats with his nose down. And you will be going places. That is undoubtedly the case. Together, you have this mission to accomplish, a high spiritual mission. You have lofty ideals and extremely adventurous and important goals, spiritually speaking. You will be traveling, physically traveling, but also doing your traveling via internet to reach people and spread your word, whatever that may be, whatever you decide that the message needs to be, in what realm. But I'm getting a spiritual message here. Aries, what can I say? We have a lot going on the month of November. It looks like it is chock full of everything, with this lovely King of Cups that is going to remain in your heart. Namaste, Aries friends. Do visit my website. I do coaching, tailor-made coaching for you. You can go to my Anima site that you should be seeing here and check it out. Sign up for a free consultation. We could talk about that. And what can I say? Have a wonderful Thanksgiving for all of those of you who do celebrate that. Until we read together again. Aries, bye-bye. Bye.